Okay, and then there. And we should be good. Okay. Hopefully we'll do this relatively quickly. Um, anyway, uh, okay. Hopefully everything's working. Or still working. It was working before. Um, so I've updated, added a little bit more interface here so we can have actual chat integration here. I may do some like just Minecraft streams in general um, for a little while. Uh, at least until like my not Minecraft, Mass Effect Legendary Edition comes out. I could also do Persona 5 Strikers. I'm pretty sure I won't be able to beat it before Mass Effect Legendary Edition comes out, but it's another thing I could consider streaming. I just need to get back into the flow of it. And like I said, I'm thinking I'm gonna be doing it every day, or once I get started again properly. Well, at least with like Mass Effect, like that's a game I could see streaming every day, more or less. But like it's almost like it's a goal to do it every other day, but in order to get myself into the groove of doing it, um, I need to do it every day. Um, and I think for something like Mass Effect, I'm probably going to be doing it every day anyway. That's something I always said when even when I announced the idea of doing it every other day, as saying some games are going to be every day because I'm going to want to play them every day. Um, it's just a matter of having a game I can really dig into. And Persona 5 Strikers kind of is that, but I'm still a little trepidatious about it, just because of the style of gameplay. It's not something I'm particularly used to. Um, but it's something I could get used to. It's just that, yeah. Anyway, enough about that. We're sure to talk about Minecraft. So, basically, here's the thing about the realm. We're gonna have a new realm link. The current plan is to go live with the new realm on May 1st. That'll be the trial period, hopefully. Um, I'm not sure if the trial is for Realms Plus or or for generic realms. I'm assuming it's for Realms Plus. Um, so anyway, our current realm is owned by my friend, founder of a show, as I refer to him currently. Um, and he's been, it's been great. I don't have to worry about paying for it. Like, he has to worry about renewing it and maintenance and like all the administrative stuff. Um, and the fact of the matter is, what is it, Ellie? You just feel like talking. Like I'm talking since she has to talk. Okay. Um, So anyway, it's been all right. Occasionally he has to do something on his end to like update the realm to when Minecraft updates, and apparently it doesn't auto renew or something, so he has to renew it manually. Um, and he's a parent; he has a full time job. Um, I'm so he isn't always able to get on these things. And I want to play Minecraft. I want to play in the realm, and I can't because he needs to do something, and he isn't available to do it. So that's like reason number one to switch it over to me. I'm part time, you know, extremely part time. I have abundant free time, and yeah, that's like reason. That's probably the primary reason, really. Like in terms of just practicality. Um, the problem with it is that I build a lot of stuff in the realm. I build it in survival mode, peaceful for the most part. It we started out on easy, but eventually we just went to peaceful and like kind of stuck there. Um, for most of the history of the realm. Um, the thing is, we could hypothetically transfer that realm, or at least all the things that were built in that realm, in survival, legit, with no switching over to creative mode. Um, we could do that. The problem is that um, as far as we know, he does not have access to Windows 10 Edition. And that's the problem. Like, because that is the only platform that I'm aware of where you could download the ROM, put it on a flash drive or put it on Google Drive or whatever, and send it to me directly, and I could upload it, and we're good to go. Or I could put it in Emulate and import all of the builds and um, create a new world where we don't have to worry about like the caves update and having to go also the Nether update as well. Although the Nether update wasn't actually as bad as we thought it would be, just because of the way the Nether is structured, and that there was actually a fair amount of unexplored space. So we didn't actually have to go that far to get to Nether update content. But still, that is kind of another part of the overall, um, I guess, better with me administrating, because I have access to all these PC tools. I have access to Emulate. I can basically copy and paste any given build into the new realm. So the problem is we have nothing to copy and paste. He has PS4. He has, I believe, he has Twitch. I think he has access to Pocket Edition. If anything, for me, because I'm on his family plan uh, through like Google and on like YouTube. So I have YouTube YouTube Red or whatever the heck YouTube Premium, I believe it's called now. Um, through him, and I also have like we could share apps for Android. So even if he doesn't own Pocket Edition, I own it, so he could potentially through that have access to the Pocket Edition. Though I believe there are size limits to what you can actually download on Pocket Edition. Ditto for Switch and PS4 and PS5, which we also both own. DRM. Like, sure, he could transfer his save to a flash drive and give that to me, and I can plug it in to my PS4, PS5, and bam, you know. But I would need his account to do it. I would need his actual account info to do it. And while he could actually just put his account info on my machine, he would trust me not to like mess with his account. Um, the thing is, there's no way to actually transfer a save between accounts. So if I'm creating a realm in my name on my Minecraft account, I have no access. Like data is on my machine would be on my PS4 or PS5, probably PS5. But I wouldn't be able to upload it because I don't have access to it because it's not on my account. And there's no way to convert PS4 realm Minecraft worlds. Even with the universal Minecraft converter, you can't freaking do it. So, like, I think I don't, I think PS4 was out when Universal Minecraft Converter was out. So it literally false advertising. Um, like I think the spreadsheet he posted on Twitter like said via like realms or something like that. Like but like you know I tried to convince Aaron to just go ahead and get the Windows version of Windows 10 version of Minecraft, and then we could. I just don't know if it's worth it to him to like buy the game for like the third or fourth time on the platform he probably doesn't have much reason for using. Because I mean, like Switch, like it's portable, so there you go. You know, Switch and PS4. PS4 because well, that's what you originally had it on. Um, so like it was already paid for, but like buying it on yet another platform, there's not much reason to do that just for the sake of being able to transfer the ROM. So anyway, that brings us what's going on now. I actually have a world on Java where I built a lot of stuff that I rebuilt in um, the it legitimately in survival in our current Minecraft realm. There's a few caveats there. One, there's a lot more to it. There's a lot more pixel art. Um, there are things uh, like I guess I'll kind of explain as we go. Like what was I have actually legitimately recreated what I haven't. Um, so the realm, this new realm, is in a weird state where it's it's a hybrid of creative and survival. And the intent is for it to be survival. Like once we have it set up, it's going to be survival. Maybe at some point we'll figure out a way to like import other stuff that I built exclusively in the new realm. But most of the stuff I really would want to have in the realm is here and a little and in some ways improved. Um, so what I've done is I've used Amulet to convert the Java realm to um, to Windows 10 Bedrock. Um, then I've used Amulet to set up a new Minecraft world with lots of flattened terrain. Then I went and used Amulet to basically export the builds from the old Java realm into this new realm, and I had some hiccups because I was trying to rotate them, and apparently I'm actually pretty sure that like in MC Edit, this is actually a problem too. Like rotating anything but the most basic shapes in Minecraft, it just doesn't work. At least when you actually finally, you know, put them into place. Like it's very weird because like when I actually rotate it, the preview of the rotated build looks fine, but once I finalize the pasting of it or whatever, it like the stairs and doors and a lot of stuff just aren't right. So I just had to like okay. So anyway, um I got neighbors talking outside, so suddenly a lot more self-conscious. Okay. Um I gotta talk quietly for a little while. Um anyway, let's just get into the tour. Okay, I'm in the middle of club picks right now. Um, so flashing lights warning. Oh, yeah, the other reason is RTX because we had to actually have um custom texture packs and such to make it work on RTX. And huh, I think I might actually need to. I think this is part of. Yeah, I might need to fix this up in Amulet. Yeah, I'm going to fix this in Amulet. Hopefully, I'll remember to do that. Because I think there's some stuff I want to like fill in. There's like a subway system underneath everything, and I didn't want to deal with that. So this is actually one thing that's a little less cool because we actually have like a warp pipe underneath Mario, and then a little like platform underneath Link. In original realm, and that isn't there. Like I could potentially, I don't know, like even the limited amount of work. But here's the Tendo Dojo. Um, and as you can see, there's a lot of pixel art around it, and that's all creative mode. But the dojo itself, I built in survival. And there's a few things that are right, quite a few things that are fairly different from our current realm. I might try and do some of those adjustments to make it closer to what the new version is, but also another thing I need to mention is that right now I am one of the people who is suffering from the portrait glitch, which apparently I'm not the only one having this problem. a few other things I probably want to just try and set up, like maybe a tree farm or something in. Um, but like regardless of what I'm doing with Amulet, this is technically going to be survival and treated as survival thanks to Amulet because oh that's I'm going to fix that. That just must have been a stone stone brick slab when I went to change the roof, which I did do legitimately initially. So also, I don't know how to fix that. I'm not even sure how that got like that. Oh yeah, there's this thing. I don't know how to fix this. Like, I'm probably going to have to fix it in survival or fix it in creative and then re-export it. It, like, there's so much stuff I still need to, so much more maintenance I still need to do. But anyway, because of the way I'm doing it, I have a copy of this world that is in creative, so like I could just go make tweaks and then copy and paste those tweaks because I basically want achievements to be enabled for people who want to achievement hunt in our realm. I don't want to disable that just because oh, there's a desert temple. I'm going to say that for future since we're focusing on now. This is entirely creative mode. Um, yeah, I decided to include this as a bonus. And there was quite lot of work that had to go into like creative stuff is still um, still quite a lot of work. It just doesn't take as long. Is the thing. There's quite a bit of space to build stuff. Now, Club Picks, I'm pretty sure we haven't done a thorough tour of that. I'm not sure I'm gonna like. I'm gonna skim over some things. So excuse me. I'm also not sure to what extent I'm gonna have like street lamps and such. Um, like street names and like there's so much stuff to do, and I'm pretty sure it's not all gonna be done by Saturday. I also kind of want to take a break from working on this too. So, but this is um, I built this in. So this Lavos thing is entirely. I mean, it's creative basically. But I did recreate this in Thrival to some extent. The bone was stripped birch. As there's a couple differences. There also wasn't all this glass stuff, which I'm probably going to replace with terracotta. I'm not sure I'm going to do that in um, survival or creative. Well, it does look kind of cool with like the ray tracing, but it's probably look really lame without ray tracing. I'm pretty sure it'll look really. Um, do we have and go inside, and this interior is fairly different from the one I built in Survival. It's more cool in some ways, but also like I don't have the actual Lazarus core boss built inside it, so I also have to be careful because there's but I'm not that um like I was starting to say, like the intention of when I wanted to have a realm or server, you know, a lot of the intention I had was that it would be a mixture of creative and survival. At least the basis would be. And here's the Golden Gate Bridge. I'm not sure if I'm going to show the whole thing because it's freaking huge. And without flight, I can't really. I feel I'll show it off to a point. I don't have enough. Oh, I did have enough. I just don't have enough to make another one. What? Huh? I may have to like fix this. What's up, Ellie? Meow. Because the middle line's supposed to be yellow. Apparently, I didn't select the entire thing or something. I don't know. And the ray tracing effect is really weird the further you get out. You can see some of like the editing stuff. Like it looks a little wonky. There's a village right over there. If we're gonna do minecart, because I want to stop and show off some things. So you can kind of see it up here. We've got little like airplane beacon things that flash and live dangerously here. It's definitely something I built in creative, but took a long time. Like I've done some like pretty ambitious things in survival. New Chef Palace being one of them. This, yeah, here goes. There's some like clever redstone engineering to that one's supposed to be blinking too. Hopefully it is, and it just there we go. It's kind of far away, so it wasn't rendering it. And I gotta carefully make our way back down. These clouds look amazing. Huh? Oh, come on. Like, this happened less frequently since I um switched to Bluetooth 2.0. Not Bluetooth, USB 2.0. Anyway, let's I like make a notepad document now and go through. Okay, here's all the things I need to fix. I must not have made the editing box go up high enough. And it just goes into a little desert area here where everything sort of ends in a dead end because, yeah. Well, it's actually like really great. Like the spawn point should be. I still don't know how to change the spawn point. I don't think Annual allows you to change the spawn point, at least not currently. That would be like great, like saying like the Rama 1/2 logo just sort of pop in the distance. And I'm not sure if the run would render that far. Hopefully, I should show the interior. I may have shown it like I'm pretty sure I shouldn't allow this in the Java updated. Some of this is going to be a little redundant. And all these beacons, we definitely could have done in Survival. And you see a little bit of the rainbow back there. Also, I'm not sure what degree I'm gonna like label things as having been built in creative or survival mode because the lines are really blurred. Because there's a lot of stuff I built in survival mode, believe it or not. Um, all these street signs are all gonna have to be like, updated or something. Now my original intent is to have all of these like sewer slash subway system go across the entire city, but I like even if I were to try and do this in creative mode, I don't really know I'd want to do that. Like it's a whole lot of work. And mainly the only reason why I even have a piece of it here is for the TMNT sewer layer. This is supposed to be a TV. You might be able to see the TV in like other platforms. Um, hopefully that'll be patched or something. We can turn it off, I believe. Um, yeah, we should be able to. I think. Oh yeah, this is. We'll fix this in survival mode here. I gotta put an item in here, and items didn't import, so I'll need to get some. I'll have to like actually either legitimately harvest um some clay. There we go. Or remember to fix this an amulet. If we can get the picture in there, it'll light up the painting. That's the kitchen and dining room. Living room over there. And there's sort of the living room down here. I don't I can't remember who made this originally, like the actual offer. Yeah, I need to fix that too. I really want to credit the person who originally built this. Like I rebuilt it. I'm not sure, but I want to. I mean, probably part of the reason why it looks so dark is just the. Oh yeah, it's definitely melting. I'm probably gonna replace this with actual just colored beds. Um, let me do it. Oh, and that I think I was measuring things out when I was recreating it in survival in our old realm, and I just didn't. So I'm gonna need to put some torches in here and maybe get rid of this thing or something. I don't know. I'm kind of debating. It's funny that the place lit by redstone torches is a man. Even that's melting. What the hell? Well, part of the purpose of this was going to be one looking cool and there'd be a little bit of a practical purpose. In terms of accessing like cave systems and such without having to, get rid of the real estate above. But like even doing this in Amulet is like without being able to rotate anything safely. Like I had to like, and then there's the fact that like the pattern, like it'd be difficult to make a template out of this that I could like easily copy and paste. Here's Axionaire's Victorian mansion. I think a lot of this is probably verbatim from. I think I modified it a little bit, but so this is entirely by creation here. This is actually kind of a. I have an obsession with mazes. I'm not sure if I should get rid of that here or hell of it. I'll just have an extra free sign. So I can't. I'm not probably gonna be able to show this off too much. I'm gonna try to show it off a little, because we're gonna get lost in here if I um. But the idea, and what's interesting here is that part of what I had to do in making a copy of this world for a creative, um, and going entirely the wrong direction now. I don't have any shears left. I think I have enough to make some shears if I need to. Anyway, the building in the middle is effectively the ultimate goal. Brightest lighting. Maybe we're getting to the biome border here too, a little bit. I don't know. Um, you actually use torches to create landmarks. We're getting close to one. Which has to get dark too. Oh, okay. Um, there we go. Okay, so we've successfully made it to one of the towers. Now, initially, this is gonna have like goodies and stuff in it. Um, like ender pearls and like armor and stuff. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do that at this point. Um, all you do is you find each of these, and you do this with teams too. Um, clear, and you there's a lock on the tower in the middle, and in order to release that lock, you need to um, go through and find switches in each of these four towers, and switch them on, and you use command blocks, which I had to do in creative, and then copy and paste here into Hero Manual. Um, I had to actually like edit the command blocks because the coordinates for where on the redstone blocks need to be placed or removed is obviously different. Um, you can kind of see for here. I have exterior lights, so if you're doing it as a team, you can like see, okay, that one's been activated, so I need to, you know, go try and head to a different tree to and in the center of this, I'm going to go ahead and make some shears and cheat my way out. Um, I'm trying to figure out which direction is out. Here we go. And by the way, you're not allowed to do this. Only I'm allowed to do this. But the actual like way inside that little tower is wow, it looks really cool with RTX. But you can kind of see like the resident lamps as light up, so you can tell like okay, someone must have already gotten that one, so I'll try to head for one of the other ones. Then there is an end portal inside that tower, but there are no Eyes of Ender, so you need to. So rather than the general idea would be rather than trying to actually find a fortress or whatever the heck it's called. Um, I forget what they're called. Instead of trying to find one of those, you can instead conquer this challenge, um, which is equally difficult, if not more difficult. Um, at least unless you're just cheating your way through it, which I would not recommend. Here's Corrales Keep. Um, I need to figure out what to do with this. I'll probably make it into a mine. And this I need to entirely discard. Um, what happened to the underlighting? Or is it just not rendered properly in RTX? Huh. It's supposed to be an actual lit lantern, but apparently... Okay. It's not... Um, okay, so apparently the lighting in RTX is directional. The lighting for jack-o'-lanterns is actually directional. That's unfortunate. I'm probably going to, like, replace those with, like, something else. Like glowstone or whatever else have you. You look over here. Hmm. Of course, now it's getting light out, so I will be able to see how much better it might look. There's some of the stained glass. There's Truce Tavern. I can look over here again. Little pirate ship. I might change the plank to different material. Okay, there we go. Also, lighthouse I may or may not import. At least the boat is in a more appropriate spot. Like it feels like this is a place where it could like steer around and um yeah. One of the things I do in creative then port over with some of the terrain I had to make it look more a little more natural. I mean, it isn't incredibly natural, but at least like it's not flat. Like still like there's yeah. I think this might actually be the last thing I need to show off. Of course, I put chat back up and no one wants to talk in chat. I have a little tunnel here that's kind of cool looking. So this, believe it or not, I've actually this particular version of the build is creative, but I actually built this in survival. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with this. I might have to see. I could probably just replace the air blocks with water and amulet so that or I could just replace all of it with dirt and grass because like it's kind of an eyesore. Now, one major difference is that this in the legit build is like gray concrete, I believe, but it looks a lot closer to your the original game with steel. So I'm just leaving it like that. it's like really showcasing the RTX. Now, the texture pack I'm using is not the official NVIDIA one. I'm sure there's going to be an option to download the resource pack. I'm not going to require it, definitely. Um, because then you're going to have to be running stuff off an RTX thing that completely defeats the purpose. But that was like the major thing. Um, one of the big reasons why I wanted to have it on, so that I'm in charge of it, is because in order to enable RTX, you have to have the proper resource packs, and there's no way for Aaron at all to do that without having it on Windows 10. Well, I'm not sure if I'm going to keep trophies in here, like, because there's a freaking diamond block. Like, that's at the very least could be tempting for people to steal. Also, I already had to destroy one of them because one of them was actually a pig spawner. And I was like, what are all these pigs doing in the throne room? And I realized, oh, it's a freaking pig spawner. And the dimension size, particularly in RTX, is incredibly dark, which is fine. It's got ambiance, and probably just don't have to go down here if we turn off, if we switch to easy. Also, one of the things I really love. Oh, damn it. What? That's another thing I got to freaking fix. Oh, come on. I'm not sure why that isn't, how that had to happen. And I'm not sure how the heck that happened. As always, I decided to just add some extra quarters, living quarters. These hallways aren't part of the actual game. I'm not gonna show everything. Just kind of the highlights, I guess. Another cool thing we could do, because we have access to creative, is well, I didn't show the amphitheater. Okay, I'll show that next. Actually might be a good finale. We have like access to skulls and such. which I guess you can technically get in survival. They're just very rare drops. And so here's, I've recreated two sections of the dungeon. The first section I'm not sure if I'm ever going to get around to doing, and it's this I had done. There we go. Originally I had it set up with fire charges, and when I put it into survival mode, I decided to go with snowballs. Ellie, I know you're there. I know you're cute. Um, I put the current snowballs in with creative, but I could have like put the fireballs back with survival. But I believe these things in the game, in the base game, I think they do lightning. I'm not entirely sure, but I figure like for just I just figure like for this, the traps being kind of more jokey. They're just for fun, kind of. I figure like let's just have it be snowballs. They're also like easier to replenish if we need to. Locked door here. Originally, there was a pressure plate here in the new one, but I just in the Java world I hadn't updated it, so I just decided to. Even though there is actually a redstone torch here, there's no circuitry leading up to it. Man, I really love how RTX makes this look. And there's secret doors where enemies come out of. And this is really hard to because a lot of the redstone circuitry in here was like old and outdated, so I had to like update it. And when I was making it from scratch, it was a little tricky. But when I had to like recreate it, like okay, I had a really rough time because the funny thing is that like I recreated it and then I was like, okay, well, it's not working. And I realized that I didn't set the repeaters to the right number of ticks. This is the end of the first section of the dungeon, and there's a loading screen, and so trust me, there's a painting here. Just, I think this is supposed to be a secret passage. It's been a long time since I played. Rather than wasting my time trying to recreate it, to make another, and like seamlessly integrate another hidden door, I decided just to make it a painting. This is actually shorter than it is in the game. I think this is probably the last bit that I actually made in the original survival world. Everything else is basically a prototype I created. 'Cause I was using the Java world to sort of prototype designs for how I'd recreate other parts of a dungeon. So this is entirely creative mode at this point. But I was planning to remake it in survival, but like, what's the point now? Like everything beyond this, if I ever do the third section, which is pretty big and not as kind of a little more generic. Um, to be honest, like I don't think it would be worth it to like do the final section of a dungeon, other than just for completion's sake. So anyway, this is where you encounter, I believe, the final boss. And they just cut it out without a first section of dungeon for some reason. So anyway, now we gotta go all the way back because there's no exit out the other end. And you can also potentially be one of the dark seducers as someone as your friend navigates the dungeon. You can wait for them to like go through and then pop out. Let's get pelted with all of the snowballs. I should show this off too. It's kind of cool. It's interesting how like the blue soulstone torches are kind of reddish light. I think most of the blue light is coming from the sea lanterns. These are supposed to be like sculptures of Sheogorath, I believe. She's our avatar after all, so. Also, in the original game, all of the roofs are are blue. They decided like should go maybe just remodel at some point. It's cool like having the roofs of the building be a little split too. I'm not sure how close it is to nightfall. I'm gonna have to like wait around until nightfall to like really show off amplitude amphitheater. I'm just gonna not empty my inventory, but clear my inventory slots. Won't be as distracting. Here's like the most lazy bit of terrain smoothing. It's literally just, and I didn't even like fill it all in. I was just like tired, so I filled a little bit of it in an amulet, but not all of it. And it's also, just straight vertical. And dolphins there. Lots of. Oh, we're a little closer to sunset than we are. That's a little weird. The clouds are like picking up the green from the grass. And that probably shouldn't be happening. And supposedly they're maybe increasing the height limit even further. Or getting rid of the height limit altogether. Which is going to be interesting. I wonder what they're going to do with like the clouds. Because the clouds are actually a little too low to the ground. Like when I look at it, like this is ground level. Like this is standard like sea level basically. So the clouds probably should be higher up than they are. It'd be interesting to have like multiple layers of clouds. Let's see, where is our amphitheater? There it is. So hey Matrix plays. Thanks. So I actually did this all with redstone in the current realm. Well, not all of it. As much as I could. But the original did use command blocks, and I had to reprogram them when I imported the build because obviously like all the spots where the redstone blocks would spawn were changed. So I had to in order to reprogram them I had to create a copy this into creative because as you can see you can't actually modify command blocks, which is probably for the best. So just go into creative, modify the command blocks, and then copy and paste it with emulate. So now we just have to wait for nightfall to like really show this off, but I can kind of show off. So I have the vertical chasers, which are currently on, we can turn them off. We have these ground chasers. And let's see here. Ceiling chasers. This will look a lot cooler once we get to nighttime. And we also have house lights, which basically use it's like when you want to introduce the band. Yeah, it's amplitude amplifier. A fireworks display, which we'll wait again until nighttime for that. Um, so the sprinkler system here is a little wonky. It's like wiggle it basically until the water goes away. It'd be better as a button, but because of command blocks, it kind of has to be a switch. But then we can show off how the pyrotechnic clerk is its own little thing. I probably could make it a button, but I think I just, yeah, I'm not sure how I'd make it work as a button. I mean, I probably had to have the opposite side hooked up to a T flip flop or something. It'd probably be a T flip flop. I don't know. Now we're getting the sun down. This is the redstone creation that I'm most proud of. This is how I did like the so I wanted to do like vertical chaser lights for a while, and I couldn't find a good tutorial for like how to make it. Now, the limitation of this particular design is that you can only make it 4 blocks high because basically I have a clock pulse and then 1 tick, 2 ticks, 3 ticks, 4 ticks creates a pattern, and I can also like reverse it so like the bottom one set to 4 ticks and the top one set to 1 tick. And you can see that basically I have these redstone blocks that I control with the command blocks. I think this may have been where I originally had switched for the vertical chasers. And there's the ceiling lights. I I said it before, but I did this in survival mode too in our current realm. I just had to cheat because we're switching ownership, and my friend who currently runs the current realm doesn't have Windows 10 edition, so we can't like just um, export his realm to me because PS4 DRM. Let's see here. Just turn everything on. We have a randomized fireworks display. Ooh, ah. Let me turn it off before I end up using up all the fireworks. There's more redstone stuff underground. These are the fireworks dispensers which use I can't remember who made the original design, but like it uses like a wooden shovel and then like a couple of generic blocks to sort of randomize. Yeah, but it's pretty much the finale anyway. So thanks for tuning in. I forgot to show the door. There's a little door that can open. See if we can. No, I didn't do that fast enough. Yeah, I can't hop the fence. Where's the switch for the door? I have a door. The band make their entrance and they're all fancy and backlit as they're coming out onto the stage. So there you have it. All goes dark. And now I have to go and hopefully I'll remember most of the stuff I need to fix because I'm be taking a break for the rest of the day from working on this. Well, like I said earlier, this is gonna, if all goes well, I will have this go live on Saturday, May 1st. And go and check it out for yourself. I mean, it quite it's pretty for you unless you have an RTX card. Let's end this on the Lavos crater. And the big thing I wasn't able to copy into the current realm due to survival is the crater, which you actually did carve out in creative. Like I did like use like the random shapes or something in. I'm not sure how if that's possible to like carve out a crater. That was weird. Oh, this is the RTX mode for Bedrock. I think I may have broken one of the glass bits. Oh well. I may replace it with glazed terracotta, I'm considering. It does look kind of cool and shiny. Might have to see like how shiny glazed terracotta looks. Let's go into the creative copy. I should do a kind of more fun flyby tour. So if you're wondering what shaders I'm using, it's RTX. If you're wondering what RTX resource packs I'm using, it's vanilla RTX by Nickinator, using the clear glass add-on, the smooth quartz add-on, and the 3D stone add-on. And those not required to join the realm, because I doubt we have very many people being able to join if we required all of them to have an RTX card. Hopefully, they'll bring RTX to at least Xbox Series and so let's see here. I believe the glazed terracotta I'd be using would be this. Hmm. Well, that's a little shiny. It might work. Now, placing it is going to be the tricky thing. So if anyone has opinions about whether or not I should just use this glass thing or replace it with glazed terracotta, I might stick with the glass. Like both because it looks a little bit cooler. I mean, it's gonna look kind of lame without RTX though. Because basically, if we go in and turn off RTX, we turn off ray tracing. And that's with the, it's not even with the default textures, since this looks kind of cool. I mean, again, I don't know. I believe I am like I have faux reflections in there, in addition to the actual reflections that you get through. Let me see. Video. I still have so much work to do. It's like get this up to snap in terms of like having streetlights everywhere. Some of this is probably just gonna be a survival mode um, project. Ideally, I would like to have the street lamps at least. Anyway, heading over to our outro screen where I tell you to like do all the things. We're also on YouTube via Restream. I'm considering the possibility of streaming exclusively to Twitch, at least for uh, Mass Effect Legendary Edition, just to see how that goes. But anyway, there's still a lot of work I need to do on actually like the presentation of the stream, because I have a new PC and anything, and I had to redo all the overlays and so forth. But in any case, thanks for watching, and until next time, sayonara.